Hey everyone, it's Julie Lawrence from TeacherJulieOnline.com, and on this channel I talk about working from home as an online teacher and teaching from home as a homeschooling mom. Now, I used to be a traditional classroom brick and mortar teacher. I taught second and third grades, and one of my favorite things about teaching was going on field trips. They were stressful, they were a little chaotic, it was a lot of planning and things like that, but overall I really enjoyed field trips and I love how excited the kids were, and we always used a field trip as a really good learning opportunity outside of the classroom. And the best thing about field trips was that you didn't have to plan for your day, your curriculum and all that. I loved it. Then when I became a stay-at-home parent, I looked forward to going on field trips with my kids, with their classes, and I enjoyed doing that. And then I loved taking my kids out of school. I would always take my kids out once in the fall and once in the spring, and we would just do a family field trip. And we would go to the zoo, or we would go to SeaWorld. We would go do something together that was a learning experience just outside of the classroom. So when I became a homeschooling mom, I knew that I wanted field trips to be a big part of our homeschooling learning time. And then COVID hit and everything was shut down and you couldn't really go anywhere. So we did a lot of virtual field trips and things like that. But now that the fall is here and things are starting to open up more and the weather is getting better, finally it's not so hot, I decided that it was time to put field trips into action. So in this video, you are going to see my son and I on our field trip to the pumpkin patch. This week we have been studying pumpkins, learning all about pumpkins. We're almost to Halloween. Our nature study has been to read books and talk about pumpkins. And so what better week to do it than this week? So we drove about 50 minutes away from our house to a small little town that actually has an orchard, but during the fall they turn it into a little pumpkin patch. Now here's the thing, there weren't very many pumpkins there. So it wasn't exactly a pumpkin patch, it was more of a fall festival type thing, but nevertheless, I took some video footage and I put that together and I wanted to show you just a snippet of our experience. The funny thing about the weather on this particular day was when we showed up, it had rained all morning long, so it was very wet. Things were closed down at their property, things like the hayride and the apple orchard tour, things like that, they had shut down because of the mud and the rain. And it was about probably 75 degrees when we got there. It was warm, it was pretty humid, and it was wet. About an hour into our trip, all of a sudden, the temperature dropped by 20 degrees, the wind picked up, leaves were flying everywhere. It was like fall had blown in at exactly the moment that we were there. So that was interesting. Everybody ran for the food barn because it all of a sudden got cold. And so that was kind of interesting to see on our trip, and that turned into a learning opportunity where we talked about weather and temperature and how interesting it is that the temperature can change that quickly. And we talked about the cold front that was coming in, and we looked at the sky and saw how you could see the line of the cold front coming. And then as we drove home further south where the cold front hadn't hit yet, we watched the temperature in our car rise back up to about 76. It was very interesting, and my son was really interested in that. He thought it was pretty cool. So with that said, that is my intro to this week's video, our trip to the pumpkin patch. Hope you enjoy. Where are we going?
To pumpkin patch.
Pumpkin patch. Got it. What are you gonna do?
What?
Are you gonna go in the maze?
Find your way out or jump over.
Oh, there you are.
Honk honk.
Beep, beep. If this actually hung, that would be cooler. Not even fast clicker. That's so cool.
You want to feed the
Oh my
sneezer?
gosh, what is that?
You want to feed the sneezer?
Yeah.
Feed the sneezer. Really?
I'm scared. Whoa, that is a cool tail.
Oh, I threw you. You redistributed your weight better. Yeehaw!
Stop.
Let's go to the car.
Okay, that was our trip to the pumpkin patch. Thank you for watching. As always, I really appreciate your comments, your likes, your subscribes. If you want to see more content like this, or if you have any other suggestions for me, whether it's with online teaching or homeschooling, please message me or leave a comment below and I can use all the ideas I can get. So thanks again for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.